Hello, and welcome to the Ancient Edge. Deep within the annals of history lie the forgotten blueprints of survival. They are etched not on parchment, but into the memory of mountain passes, the mud of hidden trails, and the weathered stones of forgotten villages. During the darkest days of World War II, desperate men and women, hunted by the might of the Third Reich, relied on a network of clandestine escape routes, crafted with astonishing foresight and strategic genius. These were not random scrambles for freedom. They were deliberate acts of defiance, systems of survival born of necessity and maintained by unimaginable courage. We're about to explore these perilous journeys, not just as historical artifacts, but to uncover their secret wisdom. Could their ancient edge still be a lifesaver in today's world, or has the relentless march of modern technology finally rendered them obsolete? The answer may surprise you. Unseen paths. The genesis of WWII escapes. The conflict's front lines were brutal, but a hidden war for freedom was being fought hundreds of miles behind enemy lines. This was the battle of escape and evasion. Downed Allied pilots, resistance fighters, and escaped prisoners of war were forced to vanish into thin air, their survival dependent on the kindness and calculated risk of strangers. The sheer scale of the challenge required not just individual heroism, but an ingenious operational network. This system was a testament to civilian resilience, a chain of selfless defiance stretching across occupied Europe. This intricate web was composed of local farmers, priests, aristocrats, and humble citizens who became civilian couriers and safe housekeepers, operating under the constant threat of Gestapo torture and execution. They were the lifeline, the human infrastructure that created the infamous rat lines, secret routes designed to smuggle evaders from occupied France, Belgium, and the Netherlands, across the treacherous peaks of the Pyrenees Mountains and into the relative safety of neutral Spain. From there, freedom and a path back to the war effort awaited. Mapping these original routes reveals a strategic genius that prioritized low-detection movement, exploiting natural cover, local knowledge, and the elemental cover of night. The most enduring lesson of these unseen paths is that the most effective evasion always begins with the unwavering support of a dedicated, trusted local network, a resource that, honestly, no amount of technology can fully surveil. The architects of evasion, true strategic geniuses, were the real power behind the escape and evasion routes. On the Allied side, organizations like the British MI9 or Military Intelligence 9 and the Special Operations Executive were the masterminds. These groups were tasked not only with training agents and supplying the resistance, but also with building the logistical frameworks that allowed evaders to pass through enemy territory. Their operational blueprints were honestly masterpieces of low-profile logistics. Everything was designed for maximum deniability and minimum electronic footprint. The strategy, extended far beyond simple maps. It actually deconstructed the psychological warfare of escape. Evaders were trained to maintain morale, a critical factor known then as now to be the single most important element in survival. Disguises, cover stories, and the meticulous creation of false documents, often hand-stamped and aged with remarkable realism, were all essential components. MI9 supplied specialized equipment designed for deep concealment silk or linen maps that wouldn't rustle, miniature compasses hidden in tunic buttons, and tiny hacksaw blades tucked into pen barrels. These hidden tools of the trade leveraged a fundamental truth. In evasion, the most dangerous weapon is often the one that goes undetected. The strategic genius wasn't just in the route, but in the detailed psychological preparation of the person walking it. Today, we can still trace the echoes of these perilous journeys. If we journey to the borderlands of France and Spain, we can find present-day remnants, forgotten mountain passes, overgrown forest trails, and disused railway lines that once smuggled agents and evaders. These locations are the historical landmarks, often marked by simple, humble memorial plaques that stand as silent witnesses to acts of immense bravery. Visiting these routes today is to experience a powerful journey through time. The physical challenges that tested the evaders, the altitude, the biting cold, the sheer physical endurance required to walk for days on meager rations, remain unchanged. Historians and the descendants of those who used or facilitated these routes provide invaluable testimony. They recount how local guides would only operate under specific moons, or how the tapping of a certain phrase on a safe house window was the only signal that meant safety. These vivid anecdotes paint a picture of a time when the only thing separating life from death was the reliability of a coded message and the integrity of a stranger. These routes were not just physical paths, they were threads of unwavering human connection, a secret geography of hope that transcended the brutality of occupation. The modern-day reckoning, could you still use them? This brings us to the enduring question, are these WWII evasion tactics still effective today? The modern-day reckoning reveals a complex answer. The core principles of escape and evasion, camouflage, night navigation, low-profile movement, and above all, mental fortitude, are honestly just timeless. They form the solid ground upon which all current military survival, evasion, resistance, and escape training is built. However, the physical challenges have been overlaid with new technological obstacles. Border security is, well, infinitely tighter. The old forest trails are now crossed by highways, and the mountain passes are monitored by sophisticated surveillance. The advent of drones, thermal imaging, and electronic tracking presents a challenge that would have been really unimaginable back in 1944. A modern-day escapee attempting to leverage these historical routes would find their biggest obstacles are not the terrain, but the geopolitical realities of current conflict zones, the widespread use of biometric databases, and the difficulty of operating in a world where, honestly, almost every movement leaves an electronic signature. In a hypothetical scenario, a modern evader would succeed by applying the old principles, moving off-road using dense natural cover, avoiding all electronic devices, but they would have to supplement these with modern counter-surveillance measures, turning the fight into one part stealth, one part information warfare. Beyond the maps, the human spirit of survival. The true everlasting lesson of these secret World War II routes lies beyond the maps and the technical tactics. It's really a reflection on the sheer bravery and resilience of the human spirit. Those who risked everything for freedom and the thousands who risked their lives to help them were faced with profound ethical dilemmas. They chose to side with humanity over fear, defying the immense pressure of a totalitarian regime. These ancient paths of evasion teach us about adaptability, self-reliance, and the fundamental will to survive. The most crucial factor in any escape and evasion situation, then and now, remains the indomitable mind. Technology can track, but it cannot crush determination. It can surveil, but it cannot break the bond of human trust. The legacy of these World War II escape routes is a timeless blueprint for survival in an unpredictable world, a testament that the most powerful form of resistance is the refusal to stop moving toward freedom. In the 21st century, when the world feels more connected yet more volatile than ever, that lesson is more vital than ever. If the secrets of the past hold the key to our future, then the forgotten footsteps of these World War II heroes are a guide we must all study. We have only scratched the surface of the hidden knowledge they left behind. Do you want to continue uncovering the hidden history and the timeless wisdom of those who fought and survived against impossible odds? Then hit that subscribe button, join the Ancient Edge community, and share this video to keep the story of resilience alive. What other historical survival secrets do you think still work today? Let us know in the comments below.